things about like this panel and then Women's Week in general is that a lot of people just don't see a lot of the leading ladies, the executives, the VPs, the presidents of companies very often. And I bet you there's some women who are in the audience today who have never met a VP of any company that was a woman. So sometimes it's good to just see a sample, like, look, there's these girls that make it. You can make it too, don't worry. One of the big things they said that I need to get over is that, especially during interviews, a lot of women do like to put on that front, and sometimes it's good to just be yourself. And because I know I've been through a few interviews where I may have just put one part of myself, like, toward this interview, but I didn't bring out any other my parts of myself. And I think during those interviews it'd probably be a lot more helpful and also let them get to know me a little bit more. You see me as a whole than as a part, because then they might not like this part, but if they see all the other parts, they're like, oh, well, those parts outweigh the little bad part that we can work on.
There is a lot of expectations of women today. There's so much pressure for you to be successful. And what does that mean? So my one thing for women out there is define your own success. Your success is so personal, nobody else needs to define it for you. Forget the pressure from your peers, from your parents, from everybody out there. Define what you do, what you want, what you're passionate about. The rest comes.
I went into the visual system because at that time there were so many diseases that we didn't know about. And it's basically allowed me to become one of the world's experts in my area of research because I got in on the ground floor, so to speak. I think there's a lot more opportunities now than there was when I was coming up. When I was coming up, there wasn't even a woman's bathroom in the anatomy department. And it's really changed since then. And I think my daughter's had a lot of opportunities that I didn't have. She got to do study abroad, she was doing research in high school and in college. I didn't have those kind of opportunities. And so I think today women have much more than I did. And I think future generations will have even more.
Until we thought of this topic, I never considered myself really a feminist. Because the Islamic rights and kind of the way the Islamic society and the way true Islam is supposed to be represented, you kind of have these things. You're not really struggling for like rights in race or in gender roles, because it's already there for you. So I never thought that I had to be necessarily a feminist. But then I started looking into the history of feminism, and I realized that, there is a need to have some sort of a movement, and it's not the antithesis. I always felt like feminists kind of looked down upon women who covered, or because they thought it was like you were denying your right to be free, whereas I always felt like I had to fight for my freedom to cover or dress the way I want to for my religious purposes. So.
This is the 4th annual Steel Toes to Stilettos. This has been always organized by the Society of Women Engineers members. It gives them a great experience, project management experience, because they have to go look for sponsorships, manage the funds, venue, and also just division of work among them. So as a group, they do really well. I feel it really prepares them for their professional careers also, to work in a team and organize an event like this. To give you a little background, Society of Women Engineers is a national organization, and also one of the missions is to prepare the women engineers who are currently STEM majors or engineering majors for the real world, for the professional world. We bring in speakers, women engineering speakers from the industry to CBU so they can network and ask questions. The fundraiser was also to collect some funds for their travel to National Society of Women Engineering Conference. It happens every year in different parts of the United States. It has several sessions about professional development and also a huge career fair. It's really good for the students also to just network with the other women engineers. It gives them good experience.